today, the cabinet meeting, there is a significant development that happened on the India semiconductor front with the approval of 3 semiconductor units enhancing the country's capabilities in chip fabrication and advanced packaging technologies. The strategic importance lies in establishing a robust semiconductor ecosystem contributing to job creation and accelerating growth in various industries. Now, the units are poised to play a crucial role in advancing technology and fostering innovation in India. And joining for a discussion today is Ajay Dua, who's the ex-Secretary, Minister of Commerce and Industry and Senior Economist. Thank you so much, sir, for joining in today.
Pleasure.
Mr. Dua, the Union Cabinet approved 3 new semiconductor units, construction to start in the next 100 days. Tatas have also partnered with Taiwan's PSMC for an investment of 91,000 crores in the state of Gujarat. Big news coming in there. How is this going to position India in the global semiconductor ecosystem versus China?
Very positively, Ankita, because I say this because it's not easy for any country to jump into such advanced technology-based manufacturing. You can do other things, but this is highly precise, highly technical, and it requires a full-fledged eco-space. A whole lot of things need to be done to get yourself to be making semiconductors or chips, particularly which are the so-called advanced nodes. That means which go into the advanced products, maybe defense, maybe electronics, or those kind of things. And they are not just the nodes which are meant for appliances, electrical appliances, telephones, and mobile phones, etc. So I think the very first project which is coming up in the country, which has been approved today, as you said, at 91,000 crores, and this might require almost 50% of this capital cost to be given as subsidy. And it is not because the Tatas can't do it without a subsidy, but the world over, whether it's the United States, whether it was China or Japan, European Union, South Korea, who are the other manufacturers, at all of these places, huge subsidy is being given to get semiconductors out. And you will just recall that in the United States, only last year, the Biden administration passed the CHIPS Act, which is on one hand saying technologies cannot be passed on to the Chinese. The second is the huge subsidy, which is running into $30 to $40 billion a year in each of these countries is going there. So India would certainly, while it's starting very good, 3 or 4 aspects of it, if I might just explain, a major thing is designing. We have designing ability in India created by Samsung R&D in Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad. Then right. Second is making of the fab. And the fab means you start with a foundry. Most of the foundries in this part of the world are in Taiwan. We are going to be now using the PSMC of Taiwan, to set up a foundry unit first here. Then we'll be taking the help of PSMC as well as UMC, another company which is collaborating with Tata's to make the chips. Now, the 3 other steps, then I'll stop here.
Right, Mr. Dua.
Yeah, the one is packaging, for which Cabinet has approved a unit to be set up in Assam.
Right, Mr. Dua, but with all of this happening, I mean, with setting up of units, and it is likely to contribute, massively towards job creation in India. What's your take on that?
Absolutely. For instance, just give you an example. A second unit of Samsung R&D announced in Bangalore, that alone is going to create 1,600 jobs for professionals. Its first unit created 4,500 jobs. And why people are preferring Bangalore? Because there is availability of skilled manpower of the kind required here. So this is an industry, because it needs forward and backward linkages, the tremendous amount of utilization of local manpower will be done. You know, the foundry unit, which Tata is is at a place called Dhulera, which is on the sea, which is a seaport, newly developed seaport, and under the Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor. That's the first node in Gujarat. There, high precision water, the purest form of water is to be produced, and there are no other units so probably possible. So that each of these process, plus using the sand, etc., to make the foundry, again highly capital intensive as well as highly labor intensive. Capital, I say, because you need to have a partner, because only a few countries and a few units in the
Right.
world have the technology. We will have to pay them, get them as a partner, but it's going to benefit us hugely
Greatly, yes.
by way of cutting down on imports and
Ab-
making us
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Sir, we are completely out of time on this one, but I thank you greatly for joining us today. A big news coming in for India indeed. But tell you what, it is time for us to bid goodbye. Thank you so much for tuning in.